Welcome back to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. President Donald Trump says he would endorse Lieutenant Governor and Republican candidate Winsome Earle-Sears in Virginia's race for governor. Now, he is the leader of the Republican Party, but some wonder if he has the influence in the Commonwealth to help her cross the finish line and win in a historic matchup.
I think probably she's got a tough race. She shouldn't have, but because the candidate she's running against is not very good. But I think she's got a tough race. But I would, yeah.
Returning to Capitol Review is Dr. Stephen Farnsworth. He's a director at the Center for Leadership and Media Studies at the University of Mary Washington. Dr. Farnsworth, welcome back.
Glad to be here.
We're always glad to have you. Is President Trump's endorsement good for Winsome Earle-Sears in the Commonwealth of Virginia?
Well, it's important to remember that it's only kind of half an endorsement. You didn't get the full-throated 100% endorsement that Trump often gives, and that's a potential problem, I think, for Winsome Earle-Sears. She needs a huge support from the president to deal with a significant fundraising disadvantage. The larger issue, though, is that Trump isn't all that popular within Virginia. He didn't win it in any of his three runs for president, and so with the cutbacks in the federal employment and things like that, there's also a particular hostility to the president from federal workers or former federal workers.
You talked about that lack of popularity in parts of the state, but Winsome Earle-Sears is not distancing herself from the president's policies.
Well, it's important to note that you have a significant problem if you're a Republican right now, and you think that the best political strategy is to be a little bit distant from the president. You basically have the hostility of the president whenever you say or do anything that he doesn't want to hear. And so we already saw this, of course, with Winsome Earle-Sears. She said after the 2020 election and the January 6th attacks on the Capitol that it was important for the Republican Party to move on. She then, of course, doubled down on her support for the former president, then running for election in 2024, and then she was able to give people a sense that she was on Trump's support again. But the reality is that Trump doesn't forget those people who even briefly considered something other than what Donald Trump wanted for the Republican Party.
You know, some feel that the lieutenant governor has run a quiet campaign, and that she's not as active on the campaign trail as maybe you would expect. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that the campaign on the Republican side for the three statewide offices has been a particular problem this cycle. You see significant differences between the candidate for governor and the candidate for lieutenant governor. They have attempted unity rallies, unity events, but there really isn't a lot of work where they can work together. This is a big problem because you need to deal, when you think about Virginia politics, with a unified Republican Party going forward. When a party is divided, that's bad news for the election. The reality, of course, for the lieutenant governor and her campaign, she's significantly underspending what the campaign would need to do to be competitive in this race. Remember, there are a lot of headwinds for the Republicans this cycle. The president is not that popular in Virginia, and oftentimes the party that loses the White House wins the Virginia governor's mansion a year later because those angry voters, unhappy at the outcome at the presidential level, are more inclined to turn out for the governor's election a year later in Virginia. So you really need the Republican Party to be firing on all cylinders to be competitive. Polls do not show an environment that is favorable to Republicans right now.
And quickly, we're less than 100 days out. What does she need to do?
Well, the big thing, of course, is to be more visible. You need to be much more aggressive with this campaign. You need to figure out a way to paper over the differences among the Republican candidates for statewide office and create an environment where there's a lot of Republican money pouring in that so far hasn't been present.
Dr. Farnsworth, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you.